Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era, and today we're going to go through some of the altcoins. We're going to review the top 100. We're going to start off with the king, the daddy, and that is Ethereum. Now, Ethereum has been struggling. Ethereum is in that kind of weird area between retail and institutions, and they're really stuck between a rock and a hard place. Ethereum is trying to figure out, are we an institutional play just like BTC, or are we still a retail play? We're going to look into Ethereum and see where Ethereum could be heading next. Ethereum hasn't been in a bull market. It hasn't been in a bull run. It hasn't seen any kind of bull run at all. It's just been moving sideways since 2021, 2020 period till now. It's just literally been ranging. It's been ranging for the past 4, maybe 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ethereum on the weekly. This is Amazon on the weekly. I've made this analogy before. It looks very, very similar. As you can see, Amazon had a meteoric rise, then moved sideways for almost 8 years. 8 years. Ethereum went parabolic and then moved sideways for almost 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. 5 years. It was not until 2008 when we had the introduction of QE that we saw Amazon go higher and higher and higher. But that was not only the case. There were massive catalysts during that time. It took a long time for customers to start trusting the internet, to start putting in their credit card details, their debit card details, and ordering items on the internet. Once that happened, we saw a massive catalyst for the likes of Amazon. Ethereum likewise needs a catalyst. It's not only that we have to have the money printer turn on. Ethereum also has to have product market fit. Some of the biggest holders in Ethereum's ETF are the likes of BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, Bitwise, Van Eyck, Franklin, Invesco, 21 shares. And some of these are major players. BlackRock owns the largest amount. Now, if BlackRock is buying a heap ton of Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen, they're not just holding it for fun. They want to make gains. They want to sell this onto their clients. These are the biggest players. They also own Bitcoin, a ton of Bitcoin. They're the second largest holders of Bitcoin ETF. And number 1 is Satoshi Nakamoto. And number 2, it's Bitwise, ladies and gentlemen. So this is highly, extremely undervalued in my opinion. When smart money are buying, are accumulating at these prices, ladies and gentlemen, you're a fool not to pay attention. These are the biggest holders and they're going to be offloading it into their clients. And Ethereum has APR, ladies and gentlemen, a massive APR of 5%. Imagine holding appreciating asset plus a 5% yield. That's a no-brainer. Unlock your edge. Join our private members for exclusive crypto insights, early altcoin picks, and market updates you won't find anywhere else. We're here to help you stay in the right side of markets. No hype, just real strategies that work. Spaces are limited. Apply now and level up your portfolio. Ethereum has the largest TVL, has the largest stablecoin market share. We're going to get a change in policy. The policies are changing around the world. It's even changing in the UK. The UK and the US strengthen crypto ties with new regulatory push. The UK has confirmed that the United Kingdom will collaborate with the United States on cryptocurrency regulation, emphasizing the need for international coordination to secure the UK's leadership in the global digital asset industry. The move aligns with the recent US efforts to embrace the crypto sector more rapidly. There's going to be more and more countries that are going to embrace crypto. They don't want to be left behind. This is a new space age. This is a new race. And this race is crypto. They're going to start regulating stablecoins. Ethereum has the largest stablecoin market share. Ethereum is going to be the next institutional push and the next institutional play. Ethereum is maturing from a retail play to a more serious institutional play. This is Bitwise, and they're one of the biggest holders of ETH ETFs. And this is what they think about Ethereum.
Anything that you're watching this year you think that will really start to maybe ignite this?
I think we've already seen it on Bitcoin. So on Bitcoin, you have this fundamental supply-demand mismatch where you have institutions, corporations, and governments moving into the space. And that's the reason why Bitcoin has outperformed even tech stocks. Usually during volatile market periods, Bitcoin underperforms. You're seeing it outperform because it's already into this institutional phase. For the rest of the market, for Ethereum on down, to get into this phase, I'm really looking towards legislation moving through Congress on first stablecoins and then market structure. Those are the two all clear signals that the largest financial institutions in the world can move into the space beyond Bitcoin. And I think if we get this, which many people think we will get before the August congressional recess, I think that will be what catalyzes us and moves us forward.
All right, with that being said, because we're getting into kind of the regulatory environment right there, and you're talking about the Trump administration, their first 100 days in office are now pretty much on cue. What would you give President Trump and the administration in terms of a score on their first 100 days? What do you feel?
I can't give them one score, Paul. It's like the best of times and the worst of times. So from a crypto specific perspective, I would give them something in the mid to high 90s. They've delivered on their core promises to crypto. You've seen the SEC shut down multiple lawsuits that were hamstringing the industry. You've seen the FDIC shut down Operation Choke Point 2.0, which was restricting crypto companies' access to banking. You've seen a White House executive order making the growth of digital assets a national priority and establishing a Bitcoin strategic reserve and a crypto asset stockpile. Those were all sort of crazy dreams to have a year ago, and they've all happened.
This is Ethereum's ecosystem, and as you can see, they have thousands, hundreds, and thousands of different applications. They have the biggest network effect. They're the most stickiest. I can go on and on and on. Everything in this space copies Ethereum. 99% of this entire space copy Ethereum. Everyone wants to be Ethereum. Everyone wishes to be the next Ethereum. However, there is only one Ethereum and one daddy. Most of the entire altcoins mimic and copy Ethereum. If Ethereum is doing badly, it's an index of altcoins, then most likely the majority of altcoins are doing badly. We all need Ethereum to pick up and to go up higher and higher. Yes, I know there are some similarities to MySpace, to Bebo, to all of this kind of stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the daddy, the king. And for the foreseeable future, it will be the number two, the daddy of altcoins. This is a great period, in my opinion, in my experience. This is the best period to buy a distressed asset. If we compare ETH and Bitcoin and have a look at the prices, we are forming a slow recovery, okay? This might be the very bottom. We're at 0.02. We need ETH to finally start heading up higher. I'm not going to get into the macro. I'm not going to get into QT today. I spent hours and hours and hours and hours telling you this stuff. Hours, and I gave you the source, the magic source. Yeah. Risk came knocking on your door. Did you say hello or did you run away to the toilet? ETH is heading up higher. I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna call it right now. Here today, we have bottomed. Okay, I'm calling it here. We've bottomed, guys. This is the range bottom. ETH should start picking up now. This is BTC dominance. And most likely, I hate to say it, it's going to probably head to 72, just like this period here, just like this period here, and just like this period here. Let's just say, for argument's sake, hypothetically speaking, from here to here, it took us around 7%. It was a 7% gain and it took us 77 days. Let's just say it goes up a further 7%, and that's another 77 days. Let's just kind of push it a little bit further, 11% in 100. Let's just say 120 days and some change to get to the very, very peak or top of around 72% dominance, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we get to September. Now that could possibly mark an altcoin season, a very, very peak of Bitcoin dominance. By September, all the way down from September, it normally takes us 144 days. So 144 days, just like this period here. Let me give you a quick example. From here to here, it took us approximately 140 days. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we get from September and we go down for 144 days. 144 days is only just 3 months and some change, ladies and gentlemen. So that could mark an altcoin season where we could see massive parabolic gains for the wider ecosystem. Ethereum could push and do a final push to around 5K to 10,000 US dollars. Take this with a pinch of salt, guys. history doesn't often repeat. We may never, ever, ever see an altcoin season in our lives again, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a guarantee. This is not going to 100% happen. Altcoin season should be in now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like to push these kind of things. We should be seeing altcoin season by now, but it's not the case. We're definitely getting an altcoin rally. However, an altcoin season may be a thing of the past. So my next target for Ethereum is for 5,000 US dollars. That's it for now, guys. Next up, we're going to be speaking about some of your favorites. XRP, ladies and gentlemen. XRP. Will it flip Ethereum? That's the $1 million question. That's it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join our private members. Link is in my bio. I'll see you soon. Peace.